Bet you don't see one of those every day. Yeah, one tire still has air in it. A couple of trees growing in the back. What do you say? You bring her in the garage and try bringing it back to life. Yeah, that might be an issue. Well, it doesn't exactly fit on the lift. I roll it forward and it kind of rolls back off the back two tires. Don't make it up the ramp. But here, go do a little walk around and kind of give you a looky-loo of what it is and what it was grafted together from. It started out as a Suzuki, wasn't a King Quad. I think it was right before the King Quad came out. ATV, four-wheel drive, that was wrecked. And I picked it up for $100 at I think it was a yard sale. You see the engine's all towards the rear of it. And I cut it, stretched it, put I think a little over 2 feet in the center of it. You can see where it's been stretched out, and there, dry shaft's been lengthened for the front. It's got a tractor, garden tractor front hood, and then on the back is a wheel horse utility trailer that went behind a riding lawnmower, and that turned into a hydraulic dump trailer. And then the fenders are off of a burned up Kubota. And whatever junk else is laying around to kind of put it all together. See a bunch of riding nets on it, and as I said, it's got a hydraulic dump bed for the back. We'll try to get that up in a little bit. The lever for reverse is right here. All the cables used to go to the handlebars, and then you stretched it, you lost all that. It's got a 3-speed sub transmission, so it's got low, medium, and high range right there. And the front differential you can put into two-wheel drive, open different two-wheel drive, full drive, and the full drive lock by locking the front differential. And that gives it 15 speeds forward and 3 reverse. So it gives it a very large window. And it'll do 40, 45 miles an hour. A little scary, but it does it. I think now might be the time we'll throw a battery charger on it, see if that battery kind of comes back to life, but I doubt it. And I think they're past their useful lifespan, aren't they? Let me get a charger on that and see what we get. So I got a battery charger hooked to the battery, and it's got one of those main kill switches in there. You see I got power going to it, but I got nothing going through the switch on the other side, no matter what I do. Switch feels kind of like it's full of rust too. So I think maybe for now what we'll do is just unbolt this lead, and maybe we'll bolt it right to the battery and pick up power off of that and bypass this for now. I'm not giving much hope for that battery that's on there, but the charger should at least put power to the system. You got power showing the neutral light, and crank was right here. Well, it's doing something. I'll let that charge for a little bit, but I know we're going to need to get to the carb, and unfortunately the carb is underneath the back of the dump bed, and we need to see if we can get that guy up. He wants to go down. Kind of going. I would think it would have a little bit more vim and vigor than that. And what that is made of is a convertible, like a late 60s. I think it was a Mustang convertible top cylinders. And the pump is underneath the seat, and that's what allows that to run. And we might as well see if the throttle. Nah, it feels like it's frozen. Yeah. That barrel's kind of seized up in there. So what do you say we get rid of some of these twigs? We try getting that off of there and pull the slide out of there and see if we can free it up. Yeah, let's see if that guy will come out of there. It's not a good sign if it doesn't want to turn easy. Those are usually put on by hand. I have a different battery on another battery charger. We're going to see how that one kind of makes out. I have a feeling this one's done. Yeah. We're going to go spray that down with some kind of solvent and let that kind of sit a little bit, see if it'll free itself up. I sprayed it down. Let's see if we can kind of... I don't want to break the cable off, so I'm going to try running the screwdriver down the center of it. Just try to tap it down a little bit just to break the seal. Oh, there it goes. Yeah, you see the rust on it right there. So I would definitely say water got into the carburetor, and we're going to have an issue with that. But I like to go and see if we can get her to crank first and then move forward. Keep walking into these though, they're sticking to my shirt. So I figure we'll go maybe make a nice bouquet for the wife. She says never get her anything. So this battery is flat. It's been on the battery charger for about 10 minutes, so we'll just kind of see if it yeah, it looks like it might recover. So I'll leave this one cook for a little while, and we'll throw this one on there for power source. But we could throw a jumper pack on it and see if that'll do anything for our starter, see if we still crank. Just go over the hill once for me. Go pull a plug. Yeah, let's get that plug out of there. That was on there well. It's not even tight. Just see if it was compression that was stopping it, making it up over the hill, or do we have bigger issues to deal with? That looks really wet. Let's see what it does. Let's get out of harm's way though, in case it decides to shoot crap across the room. Oh yeah. That can't be good for it. I'm not sure if it's... I think it's gas. I don't think it's water. I am going to take some oil and put some oil down in there and spin it around a couple more times and let that kind of help clean up the top end. I'm going to try some this automatic transmission fluid. Let's let that go in there. Make sure it's still going. Yeah. Let that work around. I'll kind of bump the starter a little bit and let it kind of... Maybe we'll put the plug back in it. We'll clean that plug up and we'll see if this thing has spark. And while we're here, this is a little premix for a 2-stroke. We're going to put it in a 4-stroke and let the oil part of it help clean up whatever cruddies are on it. Plug's clean too. Just get that guy to start. There we go. We'll put that on. Hopefully that jumper pack has enough snot to get it to kick over this time. And we'll just see if it'll run. Shall we? That's sounding very promising. Sounded like it popped back through the intake, didn't it? Sounds like compression's getting a little bit better as it runs. How about we try putting a little right down where the slide is. Looks like it's trying to push backwards, doesn't it? Like the intake's not sealing and it's kind of blowing out the carb. Took the seat off, gives a little bit better access. You can see the pump right here from the convertible. And we got better power to it now. Let's see how that kind of does. All right. Looks like that's got some air in it. To run that through its paces a couple of times. There you go. Alright. Back to what we were working on. Let's go see if we can get that thing to run. What do you say we got to check and see what it's got for compression, huh? That's not too good. It's like 45. I think it's got a decompression valve in it, but I don't think it's activated automatically. I think it's one of the ones that you have to do that. Yeah. So I think we should probably look into the valve adjustment and see if we have one that's tight. Hopefully we do. It's going to kind of suck if it doesn't, right? Alright, we'll go check on that. I got tired of working on the floor, and we got her kind of half on the lift there. We got two straps strapping it to the front over there and holding it down. I got the plug out of it and the caps off for the valve adjustment, and we're going to try to get the top dead center and check the valve clearance. I have a feeling the intake valve is probably going to be tight, judging by the back puffing it was doing. Trying to find a good angle to put you guys on. Maybe we'll crack that intake loose. And just, I'm not concerned about getting it on the money. I just want to open it up so there's some clearance, and I want to do a compression test again and see if we get an improvement on it. Is that enough to give us a little? Nope. We got a little ticky there now. The caps are off. Hope he doesn't shoot too much oil out, but let's give her a crank. See if our compression comes up. Yeah, a little better, but not great. It's above 50. It's like 55, 60, right around there. So that right there is the sight glass to the crankcase. I gave it a quick look earlier just to make sure there was something in it, and it was. What I have a feeling may have happened is the needle seat might have got stuck in the carb. All the gas flowed past it, filled up the combustion chamber, and the combustion chamber kind of ran down and filled up the crankcase. I have a feeling that we may be kind of like almost hydro-locked on the bottom end there a little bit, and we're pushing kind of raw fuel up into it, and maybe it's flooding itself right out, because that should be right about halfway across. You should be able to see, and you can't see anything. We're going to drain the oil out of it, and it needs to be done anyway, and we'll put some fresh stuff in it, and we'll see if that kind of helps alleviate it. The reason why I say that is because every time I get done popping the lower cap off of the valve, you can see how much stuff is kind of running out of that, and it really should not do that, not to that extent. Let's go work our way under there and see what lovelies come out of this, huh? Come on. Yeah, it's a nice color milk. Yeah, it doesn't look very good, does it? Looks like a nice mix between oil, gas, and water. Alright, it's a good idea we get rid of that before it ran anyway, huh? And I think I might like that a little bit better. It's a little cleaner too. a 1040 instead of a 5. What's gasoline? Alright, let's go give her a little bit of that. Let's see. Get a little cough out of her. I see life. And I'm gonna pop the bowl off while it's still stuck on the machine. See what kind of prizes we get. This always tells the story of its issues, the life it's led. And at least the screws came out. That's a good sign. You know it's bad when not too bad. Definitely needs a cleaning, but it's not like it's full of gibberish, you know. It does have water in it though. Water with no gas. I think all the gas pushed through the whole system. Here's those jets. You see the main and the idle jet, forget it. That guy's packed pretty solid. So I'm gonna go clean them up on the wire wheel, get some of the heavy crap off first, and then throw them in a parts cleaner. So you could tap that float out of there. One of the floats are pushed in. The other one's fine. This one's pushed in. I wonder if this one might have sunk. I'm gonna float it in the cleaner. We'll see if it floats okay. See that different color down below? Remember, mix that brake line right there. That's all water. All those dots are water coming out of the fuel. We're going to do a recompression test because we got to run it a little bit, see how the stuff kind of settled in. That's pretty good. It's about 110, 115. A lot better than 40. It's got its own little onboard air compressor and a little tank on there. Doesn't do much, but it's good enough for, you know, that kind of thing. No blow up tires and run an air gun. There's mud in your eye. And that, my friends, is the end. We're at the end, the total end. Nothing but the end. With that, I want to thank all of you, and don't go old. If you guys are still here, it means you might be a fan. And if you're a fan, why don't you try checking out the channel? Come by and see what we have to offer. Old VWs and old homemade bikes. Bikes get built about one a winter when it's slow, and they are made out of whatever trash is laying around at the time. Here's two examples. There's about 9 built right now. That one's a 1942 military generator engine and on a hand-built frame. Very eclectic. Here's another one. That one is a twin Echo backpack leaf blower engines, and it is called Think Twice. Everything on it is kind of double. Twin engines, twin gas tanks, twin front wheels, twin frames. You get the idea. Take care.